It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity reporting from behind the camera because Hannah is babysitting the succulent baby today. Lucky long straw. Anywho, in Escondido, and this is day 4 of our succulent garden installation, and I wanted to bring you up to date on the progress. So over here, again, we've got these gorgeous donated agave blue flames that we're keeping protected from the sun. Here's a little bit of sunburn. This is what sunburn looks like on a succulent leaf. And as you can see, that's a permanent scarring. So I don't want these covered in scars. So we're keeping them covered up through this hot patch of weather that we're having. I went out to the village nurseries today and got our fruit trees for the orchard. We have a couple of varieties of orange, a Nagami kumquat, a Satsuma mandarin, a Santa Rosa plum, a Mexicola avocado, Eureka lemon, navel orange, Valencia orange. I've got a wonderful fruit basket assortment of trees. You notice they're in 5-gallon containers, and the reason is because in my experience, if you put a 5-gallon specimen alongside a 15, a 24, and in some cases even a 36, and you wait a year, the 5-gallon will have met or exceeded the growth of the larger specimens. I believe it's because these plants have not had a chance to get too comfortable in their planting cans, and the roots are more willing to explore new soil, where a plant that has lived for a long time in a can can be a little reticent about expanding, and it's just lazy. So, I could be completely wrong, but that's just kind of what I have puzzled out from my experience working with fruit trees. Okay, moving on. Hi, Viv. Viv, oh my gosh. Could not do this without this woman right here. Okay, I keep sending Greg back to the rock yard for more boulders. Because you know what? I don't want to overplant this garden. And because it's so big, though, I have all these gaps. So what I'm doing is I'm just filling the gaps with a rock. That feels like the thing to do. So if you are in the same situation and do not want to overplant, but you find that you have gaps, stick a rock down in that place. You see that we've got going on the weed fabric. We will be filling in these gaps, but as I've told you, I will do fabric on large projects, particularly where we've scraped up a lawn, to save the client from having to mechanically remove weeds or use a very dangerous pesticide. So lots of fabric in the non-planted areas in this garden. And here the guys are. Here's Emilio and Greg, and they're working on the split rail fence. This was my solution to covering up this gigantic yard, was to divide it. So south of the split rail is our succulents, and north of the split rail will be our orchard. And this is where I will stage and plant those 8 trees in this area here, which you can see we fabriced. I know, I don't love that we did this, but really we had to. It wouldn't have been responsible not to. The weeds would have just been overpowering. And there's only 8 little trees to go in this gigantic area. So we did the right thing, trust me. Then over here, we have a vet, a lovely volunteer who is a pig for punishment and come out to help us today in the heat in Escondido. Thank you so much, doll. We're teaching her everything she didn't want to know about how to apply weed fabric. Remember, this is the xeriscape garden. There's not going to be any water here. So I really, really want this to be a no-brainer, no maintenance area for my client, thus the fabric in here. Just again, to cut down on the weeds. It won't, keep them completely at bay, but it will help in this big space. We're going to be top dressing this with California, or wait, I don't know what color DG we're using, something gold. And then I will be ribboning through here with 3/4 inch burgundy lava. The DG, oh, say hi to Amy. The DG will be all through here and all through the pathways, and then the 3/4 inch burgundy will be in all of the succulent cutout areas. You can see that we've also got a start on irrigation. Greg went over here to a pop-up, which is now buried, but he went ahead and tapped off of one of the pop-ups to run this drip irrigation, and we just wrap the plants so we get, you know, our water pinpointed where we want it to go. And these lines will be buried before we throw the rock down. That's important because you don't want irrigation lines popping up through your rock. I just hate that. It makes me nuts. Okay, so that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. That's all I got for today, day 4 in Escondido. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day out in the garden, and we will catch you on the flippity.